There's not one right way. You could do things differently, still have your individuality, and be modest at the same time. Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Let people come to that decision for themselves. There's no need to humiliate, bring down, or disrespect people based on the way they do things. So guys, I had all intentions of filming this video now, but now I have to rush to work because we're short-staffed and things didn't too quite work out. So I still wanted to just hop on here for 2 minutes, well 1 minute, less than a minute. I'm actually going now, heading to work. So yeah, and I already feel tired because I will be short staffed, so yes. Hey, yes, you all are really in the trunk. Hi. So as you can see, well, I know I left you all saying that I was gonna have to film this video another day, but I actually got some free time, so I came in the car just for like a 20 minutes or so because I'm in between cases. Apparently, well, I'm working an evening shift today, but I still had the unfortunate luck of having to be in theater today, the operating theater. So they call and say they actually have another case, so yeah, I have to go back again just now. So in the meantime, I'm here and I'm gonna get into this topic. I have on my greens because it didn't make sense changing, so here I am. So I have the notes on my phone. Today we're gonna get into the topic of modesty, and well, I will be talking about it. Let me put my hand down. I will be talking about it mainly from a Christian and femininity kind of perspective, because those are the two things that actually influence my views on modesty and that influence the way I dress in general and the way I carry about myself. And it's a work in progress and by no means the best when it comes to modesty, and I plan to implement it more in different aspects of my life and aspects of my clothing, all in due time. But yeah, let's get into my thoughts, debunking some myths where modesty is concerned. And yeah, let's go. So the first thing, wow, the sun just had to come out there. I don't know if this will make a difference. Kinda. Not really. Okay. So the first thing I want to talk about is, well, I just want to give this disclaimer. Modesty is not a one size fits all, right? We tend to like to judge other people about it, and we make it seem as though my version of modesty, or what I consider to be modest, is straight across the board. And that's not true. Like, with anything you wear, with how you carry about yourself, there's not one right way. You could do things differently, still have your individuality, and be modest at the same time. You don't need to necessarily wear a hijab or just a typical like head covering, a turban all the time in order to be seen or viewed as modest. And I think that's something we need to like get away from, the idea that in order to be modest you have to dress this one particular way, or in order to be modest you have to look this way. No, honestly, like, if you don't want to wear makeup, you shouldn't have to. Like me, I'm not wearing any makeup. When I come to work, I usually don't. And it's not because I don't want to wear makeup. It's actually because I'm too lazy to get up the extra 20-30 minutes and put on a face of makeup, right? But it's what works for me. And I actually had my brows micro shaded so that I can look a little more put together without having to put in that work every day, right? So that's just a big disclaimer I want to get out of there. Your modesty and someone else's modesty may not look the exact same, but in hindsight, like when you look at the principle of modesty, the visions do align. Similarly, like you don't have to dress all matronly and have like a 1/4 inch of your ankle showing and just like your hand showing in order to be modest. Like, do what works for you, and that's just it, right? So I want to read this from Proverbs 31, and we know that the Proverbs 31 woman is something that most, if not all, Christian women strive to be like, right? There are lots of inspirational things within that proverb. But I just want to read towards the end Proverbs 31 verse 30, and this every Bible verse that I do mention would be from the New International Version. So it says, charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. And what I get from this, right, it's not that charm is the best thing, but it could be deceptive at the end of the day, right? And the thing with modesty, what modesty aims to do, it strives to put your character forward and not your body forward, right? It strives for you to find a deeper meaning, put aside the charm, put aside just the looks and the obsession with looks, and look more towards the deeper parts, the true you, your heart, not just the way you look and how you could present your body to the opposite sex or to people in general, you know. It helps like dress back the physical appearance and push forward or put forward your character. So don't like put too much emphasis on charm and the way that you look, like beauty, you know. Those things come and go, you know, but the deeper part of who you really are has to do with your heart and your mind, not how you dress. And Luke 17 verse 1 says, Jesus says to his disciples, things that cause people to stumble are bound to come, but woe to anyone through whom they come, right? And what this is basically saying, right, is that there would be things that cause you to stumble, right? Like lusting, that kind of thing, over the appearance of somebody, or somebody lusting over your appearance. But it says, woe to anyone through whom they come. So you don't want to be the one that bringing across that lust, right? You want to be modest, you want to put yourself forward, but not let it be all about your body. And that's the beauty and modesty. People think that, you know, with this whole feminist wave, everybody think that you're trying to oppress people and suppress them. But you can be modest and be fashionable and still look beautiful without just pushing for that part of yourself only, like, you know. Modesty has to do with what you put emphasis on, and in the case of modesty, it's not your body. And I want to make it clear though that you are not responsible for the things that other people do, right? Yes, it says that we have a responsibility on how, on if we allow or put things in a place where other people could fumble or stumble, according to the word, right? But modesty isn't the cure to preventing sexual assault or rape or anything like that. At the end of the day, a psychologically damaged person is a psychologically damaged person, and you cannot control what other people would do. And that is where you are able to separate your modesty from the decision of other people. So yes, dressing modest wouldn't affect how other people move, but it just brings you a peace of mind that you know that this is not the thing that you are just presenting forward, like you're bringing forward more than just how you look, right? So I also made a note that an over exaggeration should not be placed on your looks, because you're basically glorifying an object, you're glorifying the physical, and we don't want to come to a place where we start idolizing things that isn't of God, right? God is a jealous God, we know this, we want to put him first. So through dressing modest and through not making an over exaggeration and an over glorification of the way that you look and being vain or trying to put yourself that way, like that really just, when you do that, you're just idolizing the physical things, right? And through modesty, you get to dial back a little bit and focus on what is more important. So when you bear a little and not all, you leave something to the imagination, right? That in itself is the essence of femininity. You don't want to bear it all, show it all, and then nobody had to guess what you look like. Everybody know every corner of your body. You know, it's a matter, oh, I'm starting to sweat inside here. You know, it's a matter of leaving a little bit of mystery, and that's where the feminine essence comes in. Like, leave things to the imagination, you know. Everybody should not be privy to the things that, like, do they deserve it, honestly? Like, yeah, you want to feel good, so then I dress a little thing in a way that would kind of emphasize or should not even emphasize, but flatter your body, right? And that's fine. Like, trust me, there's no issue with that. But there comes a point where you might be doing a little too much. You know, you have to kind of find a balance with it all. And finding the balance is not an easy thing, trust me. I have definitely found ways to implement different aspects of modesty into my clothing. And I actually want to redo my whole closet but that costs money. So you know, a little at a time. Something that I think is really important is the fact that other people like to judge other people harshly and put themselves in a place that they're not supposed to be in. Like, you are not God. You shouldn't be forcing somebody into thinking a certain way. Like, people have to come up to their own conviction. They have to be convicted to do certain things. You really can't force ideas on people. You can't force them to think a certain way. You can't force them to want to do a certain thing. Like, it all needs to come naturally. And when somebody becomes closer to God and they start to look at all the aspects of what affects them and who they are and where they want to be in life and where they want to be after life, you know, that's when they would start to like consider these kind of things. So if you know somebody who isn't at that point in their journey yet, please don't judge. People like to damn other people and put them down and stuff like that, and we really not getting anywhere. If anything, you're just forcing your views upon them, and that will cause them to like pull away more and not want to delve deeper into the word. Like, that's like typical Christians, you know. Some people, like, they believe something, they learn something, so now they're perfect and everybody else stupid. No, just like how you had your journey where you eventually came to this point, give other people the room to grow as well. Nobody is perfect, and we all do things in God's time. So let people come to that decision for themselves. There's no need to humiliate, bring down, or disrespect people based on the way they do things. Just like how you came to that decision, if it is, you know, what they want to do eventually, because you can't force people. That's a blessing that God gave us, you know. He gave us free will. He also gave us his word and things to follow. So at the end of it all is up to the person to get to that point. And from a feminine perspective as well, you command more attention. People take you more seriously because they see that there's more to you than just your body. There's more to you than presenting yourself that way alone. Like, I don't know, think about it. You see two people, one person, like in a formal setting, you can compare. One person dressed a certain way, the other person dressed another way. Who you might likely give more respect to. And it's not like if you're thinking, oh my God, look at how this person dressed, I cannot respect that. No, it's just it's an inherent thing. It's a psychosocial thing. It's how we interact with each other, and it is very subconscious. It's not something that you're automatically thinking, like you're pinpointing this. No, everything happens in its due place and its due time, and this is just something that we don't really think of. It just happens, you know. But it's true that when you present yourself more classy, and mind you, modest does not mean matronly and covered head to toe and stuff like that. You can be fashionable. Look at this example. Look at this example. Look at this example. Now look at these examples. You can look great and be modest too. It's all about knowing what flatters you, but at the same time dialing it back a little bit so that you present a deeper part of yourself and not just the way that you look, in terms of over sexualizing yourself and stuff like that. I don't know about you, but I know what a good gaze is from a bad gaze. I know when guys or people around are staring at me. If you know what is positive and negative attention, you know when you're feeling beautiful, you know when you're feeling like oh my gosh, I look amazing, right? It's human. Let's be honest. You know when you're looking good, but you also know when you're looking good and you're being sexualized for just walking past, right? Again, you can't control what other people do, but at the same time, it's nice to know that your beauty is being appreciated, but not necessarily sexualized or over sexualized, you know. Especially if you're a curvier person, trust and believe, you know that anything you wear as a curvier woman, you're gonna get more looks. Something that you wear may not wear the same on somebody that is slim. It's annoying, trust me, and I've had to just accept that, you know. You can't do anything for it, but you can just kind of tailor the way that you dress and not let it be too serious, you know. Be comfortable, feel beautiful, but at the same time just be mindful of the type of attention that you yourself actually want to get. So the last thing I want to leave you with is this quote that I heard, and it is, "You are a daughter of the King of Kings. Does your appearance reflect your royal status?" I thought that was a beautiful quote, and I have a verse to go along with it. 1 Corinthians 16 verse 19 to 20. Do you not know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit who is in you, whom you have received from God? You are not your own. You were bought at a price. Therefore, honor God with your bodies. And I think that speaks for itself, you know. Think about the way that you present yourself in this world as it reflects God's nature, because we were made in his image. We weren't made in his, like, we're not talking about physical here, right? We're talking about the nature of God, right? And we want to really look back at the end of it all, like, do we reflect God's nature? Are we reflecting a part of ourselves that we know would be valued and appreciated by God? And those are just some things you could consider. Again, no one is perfect. No outfit is perfect. Sometimes we have to work our way around things. But at the end of the day, it is the thought that counts and the effort that you put into the way that you present yourself. So that's basically it. It's been a while, so I need to get back to work. So yes, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Do check out my last one where I actually spoke about the 5 things that I plan to implement this year 2021 in order to grow my faith. So thanks again for watching. Bye.